There's Arukh Yeridea Simen Chavtes Safe Yud Base $3. This is supplemental day 152 of the Arukh Shulchan Yomi series. Yud Base. You can't ask. Why do we need Halacha Moshe Sinai about Trefus? Came the cloud go to Luko Shein Kamo Chaya Trefa. No, we mentioned yesterday. That's the way Farshim learned that Chazal just made an umdana. So why do you need Halacha Moshe Sinai? You can near Api Klaya Fua. So let's check based on principles of medicine. This wound does not have a cure. It's treifa. It does have a cure. It's treifa. That's koshera. That's not questionable. Rambam already writes about this issue. Yeah, sorry. Rambam writes, "Ain't no siva treifas elu klal. I can't add these treifas at all. Anything which happens to an animal of any sort, besides those things which are enumerated by the chachamim of the earlier generations, we scheme on land, but they didn't Israel and were agreed upon by all the courts in Israel. Whatever, I guess whatever will happen. Even if we know now, according to medicine, that's not going to survive. And also those things, on the contrary, those are things which now we find out they're treifa. And now what are the things which they said are treifa? And now we know, now we know that we that someone will not kill, may survive. We only have Chachamim told Hashem Nemar Piyat Torah Rucha, based on the Torah which they taught you Akan L'Shana. So let's make this clear. The Rambam says does not mention Halacha Moshe Sinai in that passage. He says it's Nimtzah to Chachamim, which is more like the Chaznish, and I think Moshe Feinstein say. I think the Dor Revi has a famous thing on that as well. But in any event, this is not or for some reason this is Halacha Moshe Sinai. And also these treifas taught us imayu vadai treifa. If it's definitely treifa, imayu vadai treifa. Afilu b'chayzer hashanim rabos. Even if it's lived for many years, it's treifa. Treifa. That was Chazal said similar treifa. Yubei Kodesh. Science some is treifa is that if it's not considered 12 months, ain't ela b'suffix treifa that only applies to suffix treifa. For lo b'vada treifa, not by a definite treifa. Kamoshes bar simin nun zayin b'siyat the shema as we come clear later on. You give up. Somebody who cuts a piece of meat off a kosher animal, that piece of meat is treifa. Because somebody eats it, is because gets malchus treifa. Don't eat the soul with the flesh. You base the dash and chulin tafkuf base. That's a limb from a living or animal. And flesh in the field that you should not eat as treifa. That's meat from a live animal. And meat from an animal which has been rendered treifa in sham. Ram explains this, and this is a quote. This flesh comes to an animal which is not slaughtered nor killed. Mali treifa also tarfas so makes the difference. If you rip it off live, rip it off live, or you cut it with a knife when it's live. Mali because all of it, or part of it. All falls into a category of that which it says. Meat in the field, ripped off, you should not eat. Once the animal was rendered into meat in the field, the Basar Basar is an overall category. It comes to indicate several things which have left their original frames. They're literally their walls. As we saw previously. There's nothing that left its wall more than this. Where the meat has been ripped off or cut off from the actual animal. shows the difference between basar nechai and every nechai. These bar b'simen base will be clarified samach base. In bracket says gam unklo sitting al basar v'sar trevel lo techelu. He translates, so therefore he holds his push shot and basar v'sar trevel lo techelu. Basar tlolish min chevel chaya lo sechlun. Meat which has been ripped from a live animal you should not eat. Your dalit. Ufi mashi is bar based on what he said. The basar nechai lamani because trefa. They learn basar nechai from the pasuk of trefa. Fichol derem acha basar nechai basar min trefa. If you eat basar from from live animal, and a basar from the animal which has become rendered a trefa, and they even slaughtered afterwards, ain't a loike el achas don't get one malchus. Came lav achas numbers. It's a one lav. But if you eat the limb from a live animal, flesh from a live animal, lokashtayim, you get two malchus. Kim shneim shnei lav because emin achai is a separate lav. It's obvious. But eichel nevela trefa, nevela and trefa, or nevela basar chai, nevela and flesh from a live animal. Lokashtayim get two malchus. Each one is an independent lav. Nevertheless, in terms of joining up with the kazais to make up the shear, nechsha nevela trefa or nevela basar chai lav echad for that purpose. Nevela and trefa or nevela and basar chai is one lav. Lina in terms of shim acha chatzi nazais nevela, you ate half his eyes of nevela. Chatzi zayis trefa and half zayis of trefa or basar chai or basar meat from flesh on live animal. Hareza loikei amakus. After Shekoli's term ain't it starting same said even though normally prohibitions don't join together. Levi Yisuri Nazir, besides Yisuri Nazir, Makom Kon Nevela Trefa Mitzdarfin. Nevertheless, Nevela and Trefa do join together. Also Nevela and Basar Min HaChai join together. Basar Ramasham, this is Rambam's passes there, but that's in Tamazeh. He gives a reason for this. Fisha Trefa, he tchilas nevela. A strange reason, because Trefa is the beginning of nevela. So obviously we're going to have to explain that, but that's already not for today. That's in Sif Tezvav. So we'll stop here for today.